Hi, and welcome to Group OT. This week we will be making our very own tissue box monster. Need a tissue box, 2 to 3 sheets of colored paper in any color, white paper, tape, scissors, and a black marker. I should also note that this activity also works if you have paint, in which case you can just paint your tissue box, but since I don't have paint, I'll be doing this with paper. So first I'm going to fold my sheet of paper in half, and that will cover the long sides of the box. So here we can use a ruler and have your student trace on the line which you've gotten from folding the paper, and then once you have your line drawn, we'll cut and practice cutting on the line as best we can. Okay, and then now just make note of where the tissue box ends, and then we'll just cut that piece off so that it's not hanging off the end. Now for the short sides of the tissue box, we can use our marker to just mark the corners on each side as best we can. Doesn't have to be perfect. And then the third corner, just kind of feel where it is and then make a dot there. And then we'll get our handy dandy ruler and then just connect the dots, and that will help us to cut the straight lines for the small side of the box. I'm going to fold my paper in half, that way I can cut both sides at the same time. This is optional. If you want to practice your scissor skills, then cut each side separately. So with our scrap of paper that we have left, I'm going to mark where I want to cut for the top of the tissue box. And then I'll just cut this end off, that way it's easier to manage. Okay, and now I'm cutting off the long side of the top of the box. So I have some leftover scrap paper, and it's about the same length as the short side of the top. If you don't have some extra scraps, you can always grab a new piece of paper, but in the end you should have these pieces. And that will allow you to cover all the surfaces of your tissue box. Alright, so I'm just going to tape all of our pieces to the tissue box, starting with the long side, just because that's the biggest surface area. Then we'll move on to the short sides. Tape those on. Now for the top. So you might have noticed that if I'm just doing the 4 sides, it's a little bit boxy. So you could, if you wanted to, make a circular hole, that way your opening is more of a mouth, but this is optional. So now that everything is taped down to the box, it's time to draw our eyeball. So just go ahead and draw a large circle, and then color in the iris for the pupil. And then I'm going to draw my teeth. You can put as many teeth as you can fit. I'm going to draw 2 and then cut them out. You could make another eye if you wanted to. Once it's all cut out, attach your tape and then just tape it to your tissue box. You can have 2 teeth on the bottom, 1 on the bottom, 1 on the top, or really however you want it. And then with some extra scrap pieces of paper, I just cut out 2 small antennae. And now your tissue box monster is all ready to go and play. So here I'm just using some chip clips to practice my pincer grasp and pick up some pom-pom balls that I can feed to my monster, but really the possibilities are endless. So have fun with your tissue box monster, and I'll see you next time!